Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you so much for coming along to join us on this lovely Wednesday night for our spring cooking class. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Chelsea McGill, Thermomix consultant and team leader. I have been a Thermomix consultant for about 3.5 years now and a team leader for 3 years, but I have actually owned a Thermomix for about 10 years. Tonight we are doing our spring cooking class. We've got the weather's changing. We know quite a lot of people associate a Thermomix with really heavy foods, think pastas and desserts and stuff like that. So we thought this is the perfect time for us to show you some of our favorite really light dishes. There's perfect ones for that weather transition, moving into summer, barbecues, that kind of stuff. We do ask that you all please stay on mute tonight, just because when you come off mute, it does create quite a lot of background noise and it becomes really difficult to hear us. So if you could please stay on mute, but we would really, really love for you to interact with us tonight. The more questions you ask us, the more you're going to get out of this class and the more we love it. We love when you guys talk back to us. So I am going to pop a little message in our chat box. And I would love if you could pop in the chat box, if you currently have a Thermomix, what model do you have? If you don't yet have a Thermomix, pop that in the chat box as well. Give us a hello, whatever you like. Pop it in the chat and say hi to us all. So I've got a couple of the girls cooking with me tonight, and we are, as I said, doing our spring dishes. We've got a few different great things on our menu tonight. We're going to cut over to Amy. Amy's going to introduce herself and let you know what she's making tonight. We'll see you guys soon.
Hi guys, my name is Amy. You'll find me on Instagram and Facebook as More Than a Mixer. I'll be making Pavlova tonight. I've got one prepared, but I'll show you how it all is made in the thermo. So I'll start by going to my week and clicking into the recipe. And the first step of this one, it's the mixed berry Pavlova stack. The first step of this is to make the coulis. So I'll start that now. So it's asking for 200 grams of fresh or frozen raspberries. So I'm using frozen for this part, and then I'll use fresh later on to decorate. So it's 200 grams. Raspberries all over the kitchen. We just hit the next button. So the scales are weighing it in 1 gram increments as we are adding into the bowl. 100 grams of caster sugar. Yes. We'll just pop that in. You can adjust the sugar if you'd like. Obviously not with the meringue, that's probably not going to work. And 20 grams of lemon. Next, it's asking us to pop the lid on with the measuring cup in. We just hit the next button, and it's already pre-programmed that it wants to cook at 90 degrees for 4 minutes on speed 4, so we just have to turn the dial. That's all done. Are you taking care of the task?
Sorry, Amy.
Hi.
I was just responding to someone in the chat. Thank you. Awesome. Coolly, so quick and easy. We will jump back over to me and we'll see you in a few minutes, Amy. Sorry, I was distracted by the chat box there. So thank you, Amy. So back to me again. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to go into my week, into my menu, into my weekly planner. You can see my weekly planner's got quite a few dishes in it because I do have all our dishes for tonight and my dinner as well. So I'm scrolling down. So I'm going to be making a Cob salad with buttermilk dressing. I'd love to know, has anyone made this recipe before? Pop it in the chat and let me know. This is something I've made a couple of times and it is such a hearty meal. It's a really, really great one to eat as a meal for the family. It's really good to be able to deconstruct for the kids as well. I've got fussy kids so they can have some of the chicken, some of the eggs, the lettuce, the corn, whatever. It is a really great one to take to barbecues and stuff as well. So we're going to hit the start cooking button and we're going to start by popping in some water. So it wants 1 litre of water. Now I am using boiled water purely because this is a cooking class and I would like this to cook slightly quicker than what I normally would. If you are in a rush, you can always use boiling water. The thermo does heat it up quite quickly, definitely. But I am just going to do this for tonight. So lid on and our Varoma on top. Now I'd love to know how many of you are using your Varoma at the moment? This is probably the one thing I find when I meet people the most, they aren't using their aroma as much as they should be. I like to think that my customers are, but I could be wrong. I know a lot of people are quite scared of it. So it is something that I absolutely love and would love to see you guys using a little bit more.
Hey, just leave it on the couch, babe. Nah.
Hey, Kirst, can you just mute yourself? Oh, there we go. I found you. Sorry about that. So place the aroma into position and place 2 skinless chicken breast fillets, approximately 500 grams, cut into 3 to 4 pieces on the aroma tray. So I've just got some chicken here. Now my chicken is still a tiny bit frozen, so I have cut it into, that's the aroma dish, by the way, guys. This is the aroma tray. Take 2. So I am a bit of a, I wasn't quite organized enough to defrost my chicken, which is fine. So I've just cut it into slightly smaller pieces than what the recipe says. So I've probably got 8 or 9 pieces there. So again, this is the aroma dish, and then we've got our tray. 99% of recipes that use the aroma will tell you if they want it on the dish or the tray. So just keep your eyes open for that. This one is going to go on the tray because we are going to add some stuff into the dish a little bit later. I'm just going to pop a little bit of salt and pepper on it. That's up to you. You could add a different kind of flavor onto it if you wanted to. That's also fine. And then we're going to secure our aroma lid. We're going to steam. So we've got 16 minutes on our timer, on our aroma temp, and around to speed 2. Now I probably won't need to steam for quite that long because I am using my pre-boiled water. But when you click the preview button, you can see what's next. So place 4 eggs and 1 sweet corn cob, silks and husks removed, into aroma dish. So we're going to put that into the dish. And then we're going to keep steaming for another 2 minutes. And then we're going to add a bunch of asparagus. I'm not adding asparagus. I'm not sure why, but I just don't feel like asparagus belongs in this recipe. Please feel free to argue with me there, just my personal belief. So I'm just going to skip that. So I really want you to remember it's guided cooking. It's not set in stone. So we're skipping that one. And then we would steam for another 6 minutes. So we're going to steam this till our chicken's half ready. So I'm going to knock that down a little bit, probably to about 12 minutes. And then we're going to add another 8 minutes on with our eggs. We're going to add 4 eggs and our corn as well. I'm going to put my eggs and corn in, keep on steaming, and then you guys will see me once our eggs and corn and chicken are all cooked. So we're going to head back over to Amy and see how that coulis looking.
Hi. Okay, so that's all finished. Just finished. You were second perfect there, Chelsea. So that's all done. So I'm going to pop that in a bowl now. It's all blitzed, smooth. Smells really delicious. And I'm going to pop that in a bowl now and pop it aside until the end. And I'm going to reuse this bowl later on when it comes to doing my cream, so I'm not going to worry about washing that one now. That can go so. So I'm going to swap to my other bowl. Was that going on with the Pav, Chelsea?
Yes, please.
Yep. So I'm going to swap to my other bowl. Priceless having a second one, saves washing in between when you're doing things like this. I'm going to preheat my oven to 150. Done. And line 2 trays with baking paper. I've got my baking paper here. It wants you to trace out the 20cm circle to make the pads the same size because you're going to make 2 discs. But I'm going to use my Thermomat, which I've got on the bench here with the paper on top, and use that to measure rather than drawing and tracing. So we'll skip across. So the first thing it wants us to do is add our sugar, and we're going to mill this down into icing sugar. So we're going to do in 2 batches because there's quite a bit of sugar in this. So 200 grams to begin with, and this is just normal white sugar. Almost there. So we'll pop the lid on, hit next, make sure the measuring cup's in. We're going to mill this on speed 9 for 15 seconds, and again, it's all pre-programmed, just turn it on. So it looks like it's smoking, that's just fine. I can see the power coming out. So we'll transfer this to a bowl and then we'll do the next batch of sugar. So being able to mill things to a really fine powder, oh, it looks mystical. Being able to mill things down to a really fine powder like this is a great lifesaver. Particularly with sugar. So just a normal 1 kilo bag of Woolies granulated sugar is about 17 cents per 100 grams versus if you buy caster sugar, which is just milled down, it is 36 cents per 100 grams for exactly the same thing. It's just milled. So normally I wouldn't be milling my own sugar, but the Thermomix just makes it super easy. So second batch, lid on, and we'll mill that down again, 15 seconds, speed 9, turn it off. So I'll add that to the rest of my sugar and then we'll use that in the Pavlova. Is it back to you, Chaz?
No, we're going to start your whipping.
I'll keep going.
Yeah, thanks, Amy.
So it does say to clean and dry the mixing bowl, but I don't want to get any water in the bowl, which will affect the egg white. So I'm just going to give it a wipe out with a dry cloth. So bear with me for a second.
Is anyone making their own icing sugar at home? Pop it in the chat and let us know. As Amy said, it is such a great way to save money. Also space in your pantry. I love that I don't have to keep icing sugar in my pantry. You can just have your raw sugar and you mill it down. One of the other things that I love to mill are almonds into almond meal. That's a great one, and again, a massive money saver there.
Okay, so that bowl is dry. So we're going to pop the butterfly whisk in. So that's the butterfly whisk attachment there. Pop that in position. And it wants 250 grams of egg whites at room temperature. So I've already cracked the eggs and popped them in here, brought them up to room temperature. So I'll just weigh in the 250 grams. We're going to add a pinch of cream of tartar in there. And then we're going to pop the lid on and blitz without the measuring cup this time. Lid on, click through, and it's going to cook those egg whites 37 degrees for 5 minutes with that whisk in place. So just turn the dial, which is 3.5.
Awesome, looking great there. Now I've made a little bit of a mistake with our run sheet. We're meant to head back to me, but we are going to head over to Jess. Jess, I'm going to throw you out there, and we're going to head over to you to introduce yourself and show us what we're making tonight.
Yep, no, that's all good. Hi everyone, I'm Jess. My Insta is Thermi Life on the Farm. I'm actually based in Coniva, which not many people know where that is, nearly on the South Australian border. And tonight I am going to make a seared beef salad. So like Chelsea said, I'll just go into my week. I love the meal planning part of Cookie Do, so I've just already found it here. And we'll just get into start cooking. So we need 20 grams of oil. Always remember to tear your scales when you take your lid off, because that will catch you out. Always catches me out. Okay. Has anyone made this salad before? Pop it in the chat and let me know. 50 grams of onions, halved and then sliced. So I've done that now, but I don't know if everyone has seen the new cutter attachment that's coming out. I'm very excited that I won't have to cut them anymore. All right, so now we'll just place simmering basket on top. Just bear with me. Put that on top there, and we will saute that for 2 minutes. So that's just going to go up to 120 degrees. And we've just put the simmering basket on top so all the steam can escape. Let's check the chat. Has anyone made this salad before? No, it doesn't look like it. I've seen it made, but I haven't had a chance to. But I'm very excited with spring coming and the warmer weather to actually start making more salads again, because they're so quick and easy in the Thermomix. Much easier than chopping by hand and having to combine it all together. So you probably can't hear, but that's just starting to saute the onion. So we're just going to make that soft before we add the beef in.
Just one of the reasons that I love this salad is because I love when you meet people and they say, oh, you know, but you can't cook a steak in a Thermomix. I'm like, well, actually, you can.
Yeah,
this is
that's
a very
right.
example of one of those. The versatility of the Thermo. It's awesome.
I always find you get that question from husbands and people that are like the non-believers mainly. And I love being able to prove them wrong. Yeah.
Definitely. When the TM6 came out and we could sous vide a steak in it as well, I was like, a sous vide steak, you can sear it. I'm like, what more could you want? You can cook
That's right.
steak in a Thermomix.
Yeah, and it's delicious. We've done that one too, and we really love that one.
Yeah, so good.
All right, so it's got about 30 seconds to go. And as you can imagine, it's starting to smell delicious. Just the cooking of onions. Something about cooking onions always smells good. Always gets people to barbecues, always just makes everything smell yum.
Okay, it smells like Bunnings on a Saturday.
That's right.
You probably don't have a Bunnings near you, do you, Jess?
Not close. Closest one's about an hour and a half away.
Oh, bit of a drive.
Bit of a drive. We've got a hardware store, but not a Bunnings. All right. So I'll just take that up and show you. So we've just lightly browned our onion in there. But as I said, it is smelling really good. We'll spread that out around the bowl. We're about to use the high heat mode. So it's always good to actually spread everything around the bowl so it cooks evenly. Now it's asking for a sprig of rosemary. So I just quickly ran out to the garden and grabbed that one because I'd forgotten that. And then 200 grams of rump steak cut into strips. So I've just cut it here in nice strips, and we'll just pop that in. So again, just making sure we put it around the blades and evenly spread it in the bowl. So quickly show you there. So that's kind of how we're doing it, just so it's all evenly spread around and it's not all lumped on one side. And also too, normally it doesn't matter if you are a bit out with your amounts, but when you are using high heat, the Thermomix will know, and it does want you to have roughly the pretty much bang on the right amount. Otherwise it just won't cook properly. So it's just a message there, just making sure we spread it evenly around the blades. And now, because we're using high heat, we always get this message about using the splash guard. So you would have all seen this. We'll put that on top, and that's just an extra safety barrier. It actually locks in with the arms and you can't access the bowl. Because we are going to 160 degrees, we've just got to be extra safe about it. So this is going to cook for 6 minutes at the maximum heat, and these 3 lines is the high heat symbol. So we just turn the dial and off it goes. So you'll hear that the blades start, you might not be able to hear, I've got my AirPods in, but the blades start off now, and then they will stop in a minute, and then you'll get the browning of the meat. So that's the, it's starting to sizzle now. That's the, with it trying to imitate a fry pan. So if you're just throwing the steak in and it's starting to sizzle in the bottom of the fry pan, that's what it's doing. The blades will kick in again, and that's just to turn it so that we don't burn the steak, because it's just going to get that hot. Do you want me to keep going, Charles?
Sorry, I was on mute.
That's right.
That's okay. We can jump back to Amy if you like. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries.
That high heat mode is such a game changer, isn't it, Jess?
Yeah, I love it. It's my favourite.
Yeah.
And you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but all the steam coming out the top.
Yes.
Perfect.
Awesome. It's such a shame we can't hear the sizzling because it is such a great sound. I know
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. When we have AirPods in, it's just not really possible. But the sound that comes off it is amazing. Awesome, Jess. We'll check back in a couple of minutes and see how you're looking, and we're back to Amy.
Okay, so the first step of the meringue is done. So it's like that fluffy egg white at the moment. So the next step is to start incorporating the sugar that we milled before. So pop the lid back on, still with the measuring cup off, still with the whisk in place. Hit next, and it's already preset 5 minutes, 37 degrees, and turn the speed selected to 3, sorry. And then whilst that is going around, we're going to just slowly spoon the icing sugar into the hole on the top here whilst that's going. And that's just slowly going to take it from that fluffy egg white texture to with that really silky, glossy like Pavlova meringue. I'll keep spooning away.
Amazing. I absolutely love the whipping mode on the Thermo, and I would love to know what you guys are whipping in your Thermomixes. For those of you that do have a Thermomix, pop it in the chat and let us know. Is Pav something that you make at Christmas? Or we thought Pav was a great one because, you know, like it's a very light dessert. It's really great, like summer barbecue. Something everyone loves to have. Can't really go wrong with it, that's for sure. Pop it in the chat and let us know what kind of things you're whipping in your Thermo. For those of you that don't yet have a Thermomix, what kind of things do you whip at home that you would like to be able to whip in a Thermomix? Leanne says whipping is the best. Keep those comments coming, guys, and let us know.
Kylie's asked, do all the attachments come with the machine? And yes, they do.
Fabulous. Great to know that they definitely do come with your TM6 purchase. So you really do get everything you need to get going on your Thermomix journey. At the moment, we do have a $75 Mix Shop gift card as well that you will get for purchasing in September or October as well, which is a great little bonus there for you too. You can treat yourself to some fun bits and pieces. One of the other things that we do have running at the moment is our Earn 4. For any of you that don't yet have a Thermomix, or for those of you that do and have been thinking about getting a second Thermomix, Earn 4 is a really great chance to come along and join our team and do what we do and earn yourself a Thermomix with just 4 Thermomix sales. So if you do, if you have ever thought about joining our team, now is a really amazing time to come on board and do it. You can come on as an owner already, that's totally fine. Or you can come along to earn a second Thermomix or your first Thermomix as well. If you did want any more information about that, please chat to your consultant or the person that invited you along tonight, because we would love to give you a little bit more information about that. We have still a couple of minutes to go on my steaming, but we are looking really, really good over here, which is great. We've got a few more things coming through. We've got some people still loving their whipping, Swiss meringue, buttercream and macarons. Yum. Sarah said hollandaise, which is amazing. While we are waiting, how many minutes have you got left, Amy?
I've got 2 minutes.
Awesome. We might cut over to Kirsty, and we might get Kirsty to make her beautiful fresh juice. So Kirsty, we'll get you to introduce yourself and take us through your juice recipe, if that's okay.
You've caught me off guard. I've just been munching on carrots off
That's
camera.
my bad.
Sorry. Pardon me, guys.
Sorry, Kirsty.
That's all right. Hi, guys. My name's Kirsty. I am the Naked Mixer. You will find me on Instagram and Facebook. Did you say you want me to whip up the salad? I mean the juice?
Yeah, is that all right? Have you got everything?
Yeah, that's fine. So tonight I'm making 2 things. I'm making a salad and a juice. So we are making the super antioxidant juice. Let's tilt you down so you can, been having issues with my, I'm due for a new camera stand, so yeah, it'll stay there. I just won't touch it again. So I'm just in my week, and we've got it there in my meal plan. Down on the left side, you'll find all the ingredients the nutrition. Then when you scroll back up, you've got your prep, your steps down the right-hand side, utensils, hints and tricks, tips that you may need. It's always good, if you haven't cooked the recipe before, to have a read of the hints and tricks down the bottom. We're going to start cooking. It's asking for 1 beetroot, approximately 250 grams trimmed. I've just bought the pre-cooked, ready to go in the fresh section of the supermarket. We've got some ginger. I've got my bowl here of ready to go chopped goodies. Always remembering when you're making recipes, like to omit anything that, you know, doesn't suit you and your family. So if you don't have ginger, definitely leave it out. I love ginger. 1 mandarin. Mandarins are definitely coming out of season now, and they're starting to get super sour. So it's probably the last shop that I buy mandarins. Has anyone else found that? Pop it in the chat, let me know. Super sour. 2 carrots. Now I've got to unravel my bowl of goodness. I'm adding an extra ingredient in. I had a demo today and I just had the pith of a lemon that I had to use. So I've got a lemon here that I don't want to waste. So I'm going to pop that in. 2 green apples cored and cut into quarters. I've just roughly cut up some apples there. Is anyone making juices in their thermo? I not long ago did a juice cleanse from a company called, what's it called? I've still got the containers. It's called Karmic. And it was $150. Why I spent that is beyond me, when I could have clearly made it in the Thermomix. Is anyone making juices on their own? I will never again be purchasing from a company like that. It was just like robbery. So we've got our timing preset here, 5 seconds around to speed 7. It might just cut out the sound for a minute. So all those ingredients, look how quickly it's nicely chopped them down. 230 grams of filtered water. You tap running. No
Sorry,
filtered water. Yeah. So we're just using tap. Some ice cubes. We have one of the new fridge freezers that has a an ice tray, etc. But we just need our plumber to come and hook it up. The joys of having friends as tradies and waiting for them to complete things when you're renovating. If any of you follow me on Instagram, you'll see we are in Renovators. I'm living in a half-finished house, which is lovely. Our kitchen and, well, our bathroom is complete. Our kitchen is complete, still not painted. A few certain things still not finished, but the joys of renovating. Popping the lid on, our ice cubes are in, and just for a minute now, we're going to combine all that.
I don't think anyone's made juice in their Thermomix before. I can't see any comments coming into the chat box. I love making juice in my thermo. We make a lot of orange juice. My daughter is orange juice obsessed. It is much cheaper, and we don't put any sugar or anything in it, which is great, especially with kids, I find. We also love making green juices and things like that too.
So that is done, and that is like the perfect consistency. It did have a, which you wouldn't have been able to see, it said down the bottom, you know, if it wasn't at your desired consistency, you can continue for another minute, but that's quite perfect. This is just for me, and this will be for the rest of the week. So I'm just going to pop it into, as I said, I had done a juice cleanse a couple of weeks ago for a ridiculous amount of money, which will never be happening again because I can easily make them in my Thermomix. I think I paid, it was $150 for 2 days. So that's a huge amount of money when, you know, this has cost roughly about, let's say $7, and that's 3 serves. So, you know, you can't beat that. Perfect, and great consistency too.
That looks amazing. Fabulous.
Do you want me?
No, we will come back to you,
Yeah.
Kirst.
Awesome.
That juice looks so good. And if you are someone who likes your juice really fine, as Kirsty said, you could keep blending. The other thing you can do is grab like a nut milk bag, and you can strain it also if you want it really, really thin. But I like my juices like that. And this way also you're not getting rid of all that goodness. So when you juice in a juicer, you are removing most of the nutrients in it. So this is a great way to get that full nutrients. So we're going to jump back over to Amy and see how that pub's looking.
Yep, the meringue's looking really good. I'll just bring it a bit closer so you can see. So it's now gone from that fluffy egg white to that really silky, glossy meringue.
That looks amazing.
So, yeah, it's super thick. You know, it's good when it doesn't fall out the bowl. So we'll go to the next step now, which is to add a bit of vanilla, corn flour and vinegar to that meringue just to finish it off. So we're going to do that whilst the machine's going. So it's already programmed 40 seconds. We're going to turn it to speed 3 and then add those ingredients in. So we've got a teaspoon of white vinegar going in. We've got a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just going to squeeze it in and guess so I don't get it everywhere. And 2 tablespoons of corn flour. Try and get that in before I run out of time. 10 seconds to go. And then we can start putting that on the baking paper. My vinegar over it. Okay. Right. So that's really silky, glossy now, delicious. We need to remove the butterfly whisk. And I'm just going to scrape some of that meringue back in. I always feel like a kitchen wizard when these type of things turn out, but the Thermomix just makes it so easy. Okay, so that part's removed, and we're going to spoon this into 2 circles on the baking paper. It says with tray circles, but I am just using the Thermomat to measure for me, and then I'll lift it onto the baking tray. Watch me do this and make a mess, Joss, or
Yeah, show us how it's done.
oh gosh, it's like super sticky.
It looks incredible. It is so glossy.
It looks real deal, doesn't it?
It does.
Definitely one to wow at Christmas and things like that if you've got people coming over.
Sure. And how good is that Thermomat having those measurements on there?
Yeah, makes it super easy.
So for those of you that don't have a Thermomat, you can score one as a host reward. So as a thanks for bringing some friends along tonight, you can score one, or by hosting your own cooking experience, you can get yourself a Thermomat absolutely free. So please, again, have a chat to your consultant or the person who invited you along tonight if you don't have a consultant, and let us know. They'd love to help you out.
So it's one down, and then we're going to pop the rest on the other piece of baking paper. Okay. I'm trying to get them obviously relatively equal. And then these are going to pop in the oven. Obviously, meringue takes a while to dry out. It cooks at 150 for 10 minutes, and then 120 for an hour. And then you need to let it dry out in the oven for a minimum of 3 hours, or you can leave it overnight. So my oven has the function where it automatically turns off when it's done. So I tend to do this at night time and then just leave it in there and then pop it into an airtight container in the morning. And then the good thing is this, all of that sticky mess that's in here now, I can pop the bowl onto pre-clean and get rid of pretty much all of that, and then pop it through the dishwasher to finish cleaning.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Amy. You run your self-clean there. Who doesn't love an appliance that self-cleans itself? And we will come back to you in a little bit to watch you stack that Pav up for us.
No worries.
Thank you. All right, so back over to me. So we are doing a little bit of chop and changing tonight with our recipes. So I have cooked my chicken and my eggs and my corn, all looking absolutely perfect. So now it wants 4 rindless bacon rashers, approximately 210 grams, cut into pieces 1 centimetre. Now, I do not want to cut my bacon. I have become a very lazy cutter, thanks to my Thermomix, because it does it all for me. So I am going to throw my bacon in. I'm going to hit my home button. Now, I'm just going to set that on 2 seconds. Now, very careful, always go less. And I'm just going to go around to speed 5. I reckon I didn't even need 2 seconds. I reckon 1 was good. And other than this one bit, we have some perfectly diced bacon. So that just saved me the hassle of chopping it. Getting another chopping board and a knife. And then we're going to add a little bit of oil. Now, bacon does have quite a bit of fat in it, so I'm just going to go 10 grams, I think, because that is plenty. I don't want it to be too oily. I also don't want it to stick to my bowl. So it wants me to pop my lid on and just grab my simmering basket. Simmering basket on, and we've got 2 minutes on our varoma temperature and our slow speed. So then it says scrape down sides of bowl and add a little more oil if needed. I'm definitely not going to add a little bit more oil. There will be plenty from my bacon. And then we cook for another 5 minutes. So that's about 7 minutes to cook our bacon all up. So while that is happening, we're going to head back to Jess, and she's going to finish off her beautiful salad for us. Let's see how that beef cooks in that high heat mode.
All right. Yep, so that only took 6 minutes, which was nice and quick. So I'll just show you in there. So that's the browned off beef and the onions in there, all nicely cooked. So it's asking me to transfer the seared beef and onions to a bowl with the rocket salad. So while it was cooking, the other step was to also get the rocket, the tomato and the avocado all in there. There is capers in the recipe as well, but I'm not a big fan of those, and I can't imagine that my family will be either, so I just left them out. It won't really matter too much. So sorry, my 2-year-old has just come to say hi. So I'll just point that down a little bit. So I'm just getting the meat and the onions out and laying it on top. It does say in there to leave the meat juices in the bowl. So let's grab a little bit more out. Smells delicious. And it's all perfectly cooked. And as the others said before, I haven't dirtied a fry pan to do this. I've still only got the one bowl that I'm using. So, oh, sorry. The joys of working with kids at home. Off you go. Hopefully I'm not making anyone seasick there. All right. So that is it all out. And there's not, as you can see, there's not too many juices in the bowl there. So that is the beef on top of the salad. So now we'll click next. And now we're going to make the dressing. So it's asking for 30 grams of walnut halves. So again, with this, if you don't like an ingredient or something you're allergic to, or you can't have something, you can just leave it out. It's asking for another 20 grams of oil. So I'll just probably put half that in because we do have the other juices in there as well. 10 grams of lime juice. Um, 10 grams of honey. I feel like I'm always such a messy cook when I'm cooking, and it's always worse when it's like on Zoom and other people can see. Throw that to the side. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt will do, and half a teaspoon of pepper. I'll just sprinkle some of that in too. All right, so now I'll just put the measuring cup, lid and measuring cup back on. We're just going to blitz that for 3 seconds on speed 5. All right, so if we have a look in here, that's our salad dressing there. So just scrape all that down. You can prolong the time if you want it chopped a bit finer, but I think that'll be fine. That'll just add a little bit of texture to it. And it just says pour dressing over the salad and mix well. So you can see this. Oh, you can probably see all my mess now too. I'll just pour that on top. Like that. And we'll just mix it up. And so this has taken a little while because we've chopped and changed between recipes, but it really was very fast. This could be a really easy lunch, a perfect light dinner, perfect for the hopefully warm summer weather that we're getting. So I'll just show you there. That is our salad complete. All done.
That looks amazing, Jess. Who would have thought that you made
so
that?
Good.
Seriously, who would have thought you made that in a Thermomix though? That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. Perfect. It's so quick and easy. And as Amy said, I'll just pop on the pre-clean now and dishes are done.
Oh, so good. That's amazing. Thank you so much for showing us that tonight, Jess. We'll pop back to you a little bit later just for a final look. But we are going to head back to Kirsty, and she's going to make her second dish for us tonight.
Hi guys. So we're just going to go back over to, I had a little bit of a malfunction with my light stand. It broke. So I'm back to my smaller one. Back to my week meal planning function of cookie dough, and I've got my juice there and my salad here. So I'm making the 5-second traffic light salad. Really great, easy. Says prep time 5 minutes. I reckon you could half that time. It's super quick and easy. So we're going in with 2. Sorry, I just had my 9-year-old standing there. All good. 2 carrots. I'm a little bit under. That's okay. I'm happy for, I've kind of not halved, but I've got less ingredients tonight, as this will be my lunches for the remainder of the week. 200 grams of red capsicum, just roughly chopped again. And 200 grams of broccoli, plus the stem into slices. Now, I'm not sure if anyone follows me on Instagram, but I have been using all of my broccoli stems. I never used to keep them, but now I do. So I'm all about, you know, like less waste and all the rest of it, getting the most out of everything that we buy, especially with the increased cost of living. So once you know, if you're having meat and veg, keep the stalk, use it in another recipe. Like I've been adding it to my zucchini slice, all sorts of things. Really great thing to add in for hidden goodness. 150 grams of apples cored and quartered. 30 grams of sunflower seeds. I don't have any sunflower seeds, so all about substituting. I've just got some pepitas here. You could add in some pine nuts, whatever you've got in your pantry. Just going in with 30 grams, 25 grams of olive oil. Again, you know, if you feel that that's too much, lessening it out, totally fine. 20 grams of lemon juice. Is anyone making chopped salads by hand or in your thermo? Let me know. Chuck it in the chat. Teaspoon of salt. I'm a bit of a chucker innerer, so you won't see me with any measuring devices. I'm quite happy to just chuck it in. So we're just going in with 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. I've chucked 2 teaspoons in, and a teaspoon of honey. What's your favourite salad for summer? Let me know in the chat. I'm a bit of a sucker for a Caesar salad. I love Caesar salad. But these chopped salads are so great, quick and easy. Especially, you know, the last minute invitations to a backyard barbecue. It's a perfect thing to be able to bring. Some black pepper, as much or as little as you like. We're going to pop on our lid. Oh, let's just pour it out with water. Sorry guys, my lid has just poured water all over the screen. So we've got our timing set there, 5 seconds around to speed 4.5, and we're going to chop all the saying serve immediately for the freshest flavour, CT. So that's the perfect consistency for a salad. If that, you know, if that wasn't to your liking, you could chop it for, you know, another second. I always recommend when it comes to chopping, only, you know, do it for 1 second at a time. Don't go all full hog and do it for, you know, 5 seconds, because then you're going to end up with a complete mashed madness of a meal. So always increasing it by 1 second increments. That's our salad done. Like super easy, so fresh, perfect thing to take along to a barbecue.
Amazing. Thank you, Kirst. I love that you made your salad in what, maybe 3 minutes, and your juice in about 2 minutes. So quick and easy, fresh, so healthy as well. Perfect. Thank you so much for showing us those recipes tonight. We'll come back to you in a little bit and see both of them finish. We're going to head back over to Amy, who's going to assemble, make her cream and assemble her pouch for us.
Yep. So I'm just going to reuse the bowl that I used earlier for the coulis, because we're going to be adding raspberries to the cream anyway. So we will pop that. Oh, what's happened here? We've gone back in the recipe. Here. So we're going to pop the bowl on. I've cleaned the meringue off of the whisk, so I'm going to pop that in. And it's asking for 600 grams of pouring cream. I'll pop that in. I'll be force feeding my family Pav for next week now, because we've got a lot of Pav going on over here now. Next. We're going to insert the measuring cup on the lid. Next. And it wants us to turn the speed selector to 3.5. I'm going to remove the measuring cup so I can see the cream. Oh, because we need to just keep an eye on it. Obviously, the Thermomix is really, really powerful, and we don't want butter. So I'll turn that to 3.5 and just keep an eye on. Oh, no, good. There we go. So we'll just let it get past the first liquid stage, and then I'll take a minute and pop out to see what's happening. And my other meringues are in the oven. They've done their 10 minutes on 150, and then now in there for an hour on 120. So you can hear the cream change down as it starts to thicken. Starting to thicken. Sometimes I add a bit of vanilla and a bit of icing sugar to my cream as well. But I've stuck with the recipe to my it's almost there. I'm just going to stop that now and check. Yep, so that's pretty good. I probably won't take that anymore. So that's all nicely whipped. Because we are going to whip it a little bit more in a second. Oh, we're going to stir through some raspberries. So 20 grams of frozen raspberries. They're stored and well drained. They're just coming out of the packet. They have been sitting here for a little while though. And then just 10 seconds on speed 2. That's just going to slowly incorporate them through the cream. And then I've got the 2 pads that I made last night ready to go. So they look really, really good. They were squashed in a container overnight, but they still have held their shape really, really well. Okay. So we are now going to use half the cream on the bottom half, layer up some berries, put the top on. Just do that. Spread this around. Yeah, this is a berry recipe. Obviously, you can use whatever fruit that you would like. That's the cream layer done. I'll just put a handful of blueberries. Yeah, a small handful of raspberries. And I've got some blackberries here too. And a few pieces of strawberry. And we're going to pop the second layer on. We'll do the second layer of cream. Now it is fresh cream. All out. And top with the berries, the rest of the berries, and we're done. All the best chef story stuff on, yeah.
Amy, that looks incredible.
It gets me in the summer mood, that's for sure. Really reminds me of Christmas.
Christmas, I know. I'm like, Christmas is soon. I was in the shops today and they were stacking big W shelves with Christmas decoration.
There we go. Some strawberries. And we're done.
That looks So beautiful. And I just love seeing how quick and easy that was.
Yeah.
Amazing. Fabulous. Thank you so much for showing us that tonight, Amy. And I hope you and your family enjoy your week worth of pavlova. We appreciate you making that for us tonight. It looks absolutely incredible. So thank you again, Amy.
No worries. Thank you.
All right. So back over to me now. We are nearly finished up with my recipe as well. So we've cooked our bacon. So that cooked away. That's just on a bit of a paper towel, just draining any excess fat away. Cooked perfectly. And it wants us to arrange half an iceberg lettuce cut into slices, half a Cost lettuce roughly torn onto a large serving platter. Now, I just bought one lettuce because Cost lettuce was $5 and regular lettuce was $1.99. So I'm just using just a regular lettuce. I'm not adding the cost in. Again, it is whatever suits you. So add a bunch of watercress. I also didn't buy watercress. I don't really know what watercress is, to be honest. And then an avocado cut into pieces. So I've just chopped it into little squares. We are going to add a line of avo. Now, if you're not quite sure how you want to arrange this, just have a look at the picture at the start of your cookie dough recipe. That's going to give you a really good indication of how you want to plate up your salad. Plating up is not really my strong suit. I generally don't look that much like the pictures, but I figure it's homemade, right? So it's like rustic looking and it tastes good, so that's all that matters. We've got our avo. We've got some cherry tomatoes that I have quartered here as well. This is a really good looking salad. It's really colourful. We've got that chicken. So our chicken was steamed perfectly. Super healthy. Such a great way to cook it. Not dry at all. I did reduce that cooking time by about 6 minutes because I had that pre-boiled water. That just saved me a little bit of time. Your roll of chicken in there. We'll do another roll of chicken too. I've got quite a lot there. This is a great one, as I said, to take, to a barbecue, for lunches for the week, whatever it is. Ticks all the boxes. Looks beautiful. Tastes amazing as well. Then we've got our corn. So what I've just done is I have just cut my corn off the cob into little like sheets. I've got that like the spotty kind of corn today, which I thought looks really nice. Pop your corn in. So that's steamed perfectly as well. Here we go. And then our bacon. You should have put the bacon somewhere in the middle, but that's okay. Then we are going to, you could add anything else that you like. If you did use the asparagus, you would pop that in there as well. I chose not to use that, but you could add any other ingredients that you like into that. Remember, it's guided cooking, not set in stone. Oh, our eggs. So our eggs are really nicely kind of soft boiled. They're not hard boiled. They're still a little bit soft, which I really like. You could hard boil them. If you wanted to, another 2 or 3 minutes would do that. I quite like them this way. And then we're going to make our dressing. I really struggled to peel those eggs tonight. I'm not sure what happened. So 130 grams of buttermilk. Now, I didn't have any buttermilk, and I went down to the shops and I couldn't buy any. I would normally make my own, but I was in a bit of a rush. I didn't have any buttermilk, so I did have to make some, which was fine, because I actually recently have had to go dairy-free or lactose-free. So I've reduced my dairy and I'm trying to just have lactose-free anything. And I've never seen lactose-free buttermilk before. So I did grab some lactose-free cream, and with the lactose-free cream, I was able to make butter and fresh buttermilk. So I just grabbed a 300 ml bottle of cream and I got that much butter. So lactose-free butter and lactose-free buttermilk there, which is awesome. If you are somebody who does struggle with dairy, it's a great way to do it. Making your own butter is awesome. Amy was saying about whipping cream does turn to butter. It took me about 3.5 minutes to get butter tonight. So you want to watch for your butter dance. So your thermo should kind of jump around a little bit, shake a little bit. That's when you know you've got your butter. Then you should see your butter in your bowl and your buttermilk separated. Look how thick and creamy that is. That was a little bit of butter that came out there. Didn't do a very good job of separating it. But it is so thick. Lactose free, which means I can actually eat this. 70 grams of cream cheese. not lactose free, but that's okay. I've got 60, but that's fine. I've got some lactose free sour cream here. So Cob salad is very American. You'll find it's quite a popular American dish. May not be something that you've seen in Australia, but it is beautiful and you should definitely add it to the list. 30 grams of lemon juice. I'm just going to cheat and use the pre-bottled one. You could, of course, juice a fresh lemon. You want a little bit of water. Tablespoon of white wine vinegar. I find white wine vinegar can have a very strong taste, so I'm actually not going to put that in tonight. I'm going to leave that one out. And we've got a pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper. Anyone making salad dressings in their thermo? Pop it in the chat and let us know if you are. Lid on, measuring cup in. Then we've got 20 seconds around to speed 5. Salad dressings are a great thing to make in your Thermomix because they are a fraction of the price when you are making them versus buying them. You can control what ingredients are going in them as well, so much less nasties in them. You can make them lactose-free, dairy-free, whatever it is that you need as well. We're just going to scrape down the sides. Just place my spatula. And then our lid on again. 5 seconds around to speed 5. Add a little extra lemon juice and water if desired. Insert measuring cup and blitz again. I'm really happy with that consistency there. I'm just going to scrape down my lid. I made the chicken Caesar pasta salad the other night, which is on Quickie Do, and that makes your own Caesar dressing. And it is so yummy. I left out the anchovies because I just couldn't do it. I bought them the first time I made it, but I never used them. So here we have, I might just put my dressing in here for now. I'm not going to pop this dressing on because I do want to save that. I'll put it on tomorrow when we eat this. Look at that. So we have our beautiful Cob salad with our buttermilk dressing. How does that look? So our eggs, chicken and corn all steamed in our varoma. Our bacon cooked in the bowl, and then the other bits and pieces I chopped up, and then that beautiful dressing there as well. What do we reckon, guys? Is that something that you could see yourself making? Share that through. Like I said, it ticks all those boxes. Perfect for lunches during the week. You could serve with a little bit of rice if you wanted to carb it up as well. But, yum. Awesome. So we are going, that's all of us done. I think we're done. It's very rare that we run on time. So thank you, everybody, for helping us run on time tonight. We will just jump back over to Kirsty and just see those dishes that she did again.
Hi, guys. So we've got our beautiful chopped salad here, which I will portion up into my meal plan. I've got the boxes. I've got some steamed chicken that I did in the thermo earlier, so that will go nicely. And I've got my juices here. So I'm not sure if you would have heard before, Charles mentioned the next step of the recipe was to drain this with a strainer. That is, to me, an extra dish that I do not require. And it's actually like a really nice consistency. Obviously, if that's not what you prefer, you can totally drain it. But these juices, yeah, have fitted nicely into my little jars, ready to go for the rest of the week.
Amazing. They look great. Thank you so much for cooking with us tonight. Now, if you don't, you can follow Kirsty at The Naked Mixer on Instagram. Give her a follow and see what she is making. Amy, flash us that beautiful Pav one more time.
Camera. So you've got a closer one. That one's a bit far.
Let me just find you. Sorry.
No, you're fine. There we go.
That looks incredible.
I forgot to tell you before, so that's on now.
That looks
and that
so
recipe.
good.
So we've got heaps left over that I can freeze and use for something else.
Amazing. Thank you so much for cooking with us tonight, Amy. If you don't already, you can follow Amy on Mixing Out on Facebook and Instagram at More Than a Mixer. Thank you again for cooking with us tonight, Amy.
No
And
worries.
just show us that beautiful salad again.
Yep, so there's my seared beef salad. It smells delicious. If I hadn't already eaten tea, I'd tuck into it, but that'll be lunch, I think.
That looks awesome as well, Jess. That looks so good. And again, like, who would have thought you could make something like that in a Thermomix?
Oh, and so quick and easy.
So quick. Amazing. You can follow Jess at Thermilife on the Farm on Instagram and Facebook if you are not already. Girls, if you want to pop those into the chat box for everybody, that would be great. So they have those. So do you just want to mention again, if you have been thinking about joining our team, you can come on board and earn yourself a Thermomix with just 4 sales, which is such an incredible thing. You're getting about $800+ off the cost of your Thermomix by doing that. So an amazing time to come on board and join our team. For those of you that don't yet have a Thermomix and don't think earning one is for you, we do have our 40 months interest-free ending at 11 a.m. on Friday. So that is a Thermomix on your bench for just $15 a week. So I know there are a couple of you on tonight that don't yet have a Thermomix. So if that is something that interests you, please, again, let your consultant know, or the person who invited you along tonight. We would love to help you take up one of those amazing offers. Huge thank you to everyone that came along tonight to watch us and our spring cooking class. We hope you've left feeling really, really inspired to try some of these beautiful dishes. All of these can be found on Cookie Do, so please jump on and have a look. A huge thank you to the girls who cooked with me tonight. We don't get paid to do these classes. We put them on just to help you in your Thermomix journey. We want to make sure that you're staying really inspired and trying some new amazing dishes. So thank you again, everybody, for coming along tonight. Please follow the girls on Instagram and reach out if you have any questions at all. We would love to help you. Remember, 40 months interest-free ends 11 a.m. Friday, and our opportunity to earn a Thermomix in 4 sales is running as well. So please let us know if that interests you. If you have any ideas on what you'd like our next class to be, please shoot us a message. We love to hear from you all. So thank you again, everybody. We hope you had a great night, and we will see you all soon.